Hello, everyone, and welcome to Game Design Lab, where we create game design elements every Wednesday at 11 Pacific. And hi, I'm Kat Kruger. My pronouns are she, her. And today we are actually going to do something a little different because I have a community event in my Discord server that's coming up. I'm going to post that in chat here. Um, It is it's going to be a play-by-post event. So I'm going to run a game from 9 to 3 Pacific on Thursday, December the 21st, and I am essentially I've done this for a Halloween event just this year, and had a lot of fun doing it. Basically, what happens is you get to play a hero that's assigned to you, and it's a group hero. So I've got a couple channels where you get to sort of play this hero in this adventure. There's a chat channel set up, and then there is an adventure channel set up where I um, oh, of course you did, Andy. Yes, I'm still getting used to the uh, the fact that I am now an affiliate and there are ads, and I still don't know how to get warnings. It's I've set up warnings to let me know when ads are going to show up, but I don't know where they're showing up. So sorry about that. So I'm just letting you know that what we're doing today is we're creating a playable character for a play by post event that's going to be in my Discord server, and I posted the information in chat. So what we're going to do is just create a hero. I really wanted some input from the community because you're going to be playing um, the hero. And last time we did it, I did it in the D20 Dames Discord, and it was our version of Sildar Hallwinter. But I think if I'm going to do this sort of regularly, I'm thinking, once a quarter, maybe we can um, try to create our own hero. So, with that said, I'm just going to get input from chat and see what you want to do here. Um, I've got a couple windows open here. We're going to design or create this character in D&D Beyond because that's my preferred tool at the moment. I'm just that's where I'm used to making all of my characters, and it actually helps with was rolling in Discord as well because I have a bot set up, AveryBot, and we're able to just roll the stats for that character very easily. And so that's what we're going to do. So socialist bot, you have one earbud in and mostly listening. Well, if you have any input, let me know. Okay, here we go. We have an incoming ad break in 1 minute. Okay, so I just got a notification, so that is good to know. So I'm just going to probably pause at that moment, and then I, yeah, I know it's nice to have an ad warning because I can only imagine how frustrating it is to have me talking and you are not able to listen. All right, so we have 30 seconds. I'm just going to switch my camera over here into my journal, and then we'll take a look at that together. Here we go, 10 seconds before this all goes. All right, here. All right, I don't know how long this ad is running for. That's the other thing. hilarious. I got a warning and an ad didn't actually show up. Okay, well, uh, okay. This is a learning curve for me. I'm hopefully we'll be able to figure this out. All right, so I'm going to go into D&D Beyond. So there's a character creator here, and yeah, it's telling me that the ad break ends in 54 seconds here. So who knows? Who knows what's going on? Um, let's see. Character creation method. So um, I actually haven't done this on my iPad app. I don't think ever. So this looks a little bit different than it does on the desktop. So they have three different methods here. One you can just randomize. The other is a quick build. The one that I want to use though is this standard one. Create a character using step-by-step approach. So we're gonna hit start building here. Gonna put in unnamed for now. Or, let's talk about what kind of character do we want now and add. Well, that's just frustrating. They're just messing with all of us. Oh my gosh, this is so banana. Yeah, it is bananas. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. So welcome to my life as I try to figure this out. And your most of your mods here too. So or a lot of your mods here too. So you're getting to see behind the scenes here, which is hilarious. All right. So we have a playable character. What kind of I guess like who do we want this character to be? What class do we want this character to be? Um, I think if you're familiar with my DMing style, generally speaking, there is some combat, um, but um, it's not necessarily the most important thing. So you do not have to have a very tanky character. Um, I think what we want to make sure is that we're playing a character that we can develop together and have fun with. Um, so we've got various classes that we can pick from. Um, do we want a spellcaster or do we want more of a fighter type of character? I think that's the first question. Or do you have like Andy? You're saying spellcaster. Um, so yeah, why not? All right. So let me write this down. So we're gonna have a spellcaster. I'm not gonna name them yet. Type. Whoopsie do. Type spellcaster. So there are quite a number of spellcasters that we can choose from. Wizard, warlock, sorcerer. We could also, look at a cleric or druids and rangers have some spellcasting ability as well. Um, Even bards do. What do we think for a class here? You have the least familiarity with sorcerers, yeah. Yeah, sorcerers, uh, they just have like this innate spellcasting ability. So there could be some fun there because there is a sorcerer that is like a wild magic sorcerer, and like you have to roll on a wild magic table. If you saw um, the D&D movie, I feel like Simon, was it? Had a little bit of wild magic going on, where you cast a spell and then there's some sort of, it feels like there's some sort of like um, variability, and sometimes your spell could go very wrong. So we could have a lot of fun with a sorcerer. But if you're not comfortable playing sorcerer, there are other options as well. Um, Again, because this is a community event, I just want to make sure that we're going to um, create a character that you all want to play, because I think this is going to be the character that will stick around for any of the community play by post events that I do. Uh, at, at the start of the stream here, I mentioned that I would like to do this sort of quarterly if I can, if there's enough interest. So are we thinking maybe sorcerer? I will just also just take a look, because there have been so many additional subclasses created that maybe we could, maybe there's another subclass that has some kind of wild magic thing going on too. Oh wow. Yeah, there is. What is this path of wild magic? Interesting. There's a barbarian now that has a path of wild magic. That's neat. I think primarily though, a barbarian is not going to be a spellcaster. This subclass just has a little bit of wild magic to sort of flavor their path. Yeah, that's a good point, Andy. The idea of things potentially going quite wrong, especially because of Mac's adventures on Mondays. Yeah, the character I was playing on my solo RPG on Mondays, a lot went wrong for Mac, but it also provided a lot of really great storytelling options. So let's go sorcerer, um, wild magic. All right. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into D&D Beyond now and just look at what we can actually do here. Um, so um, I'm going to just put unnamed for now. I'm going to remove homebrew content. Um, we probably won't do Magic the Gathering content or Eberron. Most of this I usually keep the same. I will make this public so y'all can link to it. All right. Oh, here we go. So, what origin do we want for our sorcerer character? We have so many to choose from. I am going to remove the legacy content though. All right. So, I don't know. I feel like maybe we won't do anything that's too similar to characters that are familiar NPCs for like D20 Dame stuff. So I'm going to skip Aarakocra because Urk was how do we narrow it down exactly? I'm trying to narrow it down by based on what we're already possibly familiar with for anyone who's followed D20 Dames. So Aarakocra, we had Urk, so I'm not going to do that. Maybe not a human. Um, gosh, probably not a halfling because of the Bannock brothers. You know, a Kenku is we did have a Kenku monk. They can be quite difficult to play because they can only imitate sounds. Um, and then of course we've got the characters that the PCs from the Good Fortune campaign. So there was a tiefling, a wood elf, and um, I can't remember. Loria was Genasi? No. Yeah, Genasi. I don't know. What do we think about maybe how about we think about how this wild magic happens maybe? Um, could be a type of fey creature like a fairy or a firbolg or what else? A goblin. I think a goblin would be firbolg. Yeah. Um, I have not made use of firbolgs. Let's take a look at what it says here. All right. So furbolgs are distant cousins of giants. As the first furbolgs wandered the primeval forests of the multiverse, and the magic of those forests entwined itself with the furbolgs' souls. Um, so this origin has sort of like an innate magic as well because there's furbolg magic. I think this probably makes a lot of sense to have a wild magic sorcerer that's a yeah, they're kind of naturey. I like that too. All right, let's choose Furbolg as our race or origin. All right, so this has brought us to some options here. Furbolg magic. You can cast the magic and disguise self spells with this trait. When you use this version of disguise self, you can seem up to 3 feet shorter or taller. Once you cast either of these spells with this trait, you can't cast that spell with it again until you finish a long rest. You can also cast these spells using any spell slots you have. And then it says intelligence, wisdom, or charisma is your spell casting ability for these spells when you cast them with this trait. Uh, choose when you select this race. All right, so I think it's important that we make sure this is in line with our sorcerer, and I'm just gonna double check what the sorcerer's proficiencies are. So sorcerers saving throws are Constitution and Charisma. So for spell casting, I think we probably want this to be Charisma. All right, so this includes a bunch of interesting things because we do have hidden step, powerful build, and speech of beast and leaf. So that's going to be handy for any forest exploration, um, and also just speaking with animals in general. So it gives us a limited communication ability with beasts, plants, and vegetation. That's fun. All right, next. We already decided we were going to play a sorcerer. And as I mentioned before, it's a spellcaster who draws on inherent magic from a gift or bloodline. Now, we are not going to be playing a level 1 sorcerer because uh, regardless of what adventure I put in front of us, it's going to mostly be optimized for more than one character to play. So I'm going to increase the character's level. Just going to check to see what this adventure is optimized for. Just trying to read here to find the character's level. For 10th level characters. Oof. I think I might modify the character or the adventure, I mean. That's true, Andy. Using charisma to commune with plants. Just an ordinary day in the life of a Furbolg sorcerer. Um, I I might make this character level 10 if we're okay with that. Do we mind playing a higher level character? Is that does that work for everyone? I think it gives us more options here. All right, so now this has opened up a huge amount of choices, I think. All right, so proficiencies. We have it's showing armor, none, weapons. We've got daggers, darts, slings, quarterstaffs, light crossbows, no tools, constitution and charisma or saving throws, and then we can choose 2 from arcana, deception, insight, intimidation, persuasion, and religion. I feel like arcana I feel like arcana should be on there, but at the same time, if there's like wild magic, maybe our Furbolg um, doesn't understand magic and just has magic, you know? hmm What do we think maybe about insight and persuasion? I guess this character could go one or two ways because with insight and persuasion, I feel like there's like a more gentle soul here, but then deception and intimidation is more like sneaky um, um, and fierce, you know? Andy, you were saying you're thinking insight as well. Yeah, all right. Let's go with insight and persuasion then. Sorcerer's origin we discussed was going to be wild magic. So this this creates this lists off exactly what wild magic does. So we have Um, Wild Magic Surge. So this is the table. Um, so this is what happens. Like if we ever roll a 1 um, when casting a spell, this is when the Wild Magic Surge table comes into effect. And there are so many things that could potentially go wrong, which is amazing. Um, yeah, absolute chaos, and I embrace this chaos. Oh yeah, meta magic. I forgot about this. I've played a sorcerer, I think twice now, and you get these meta magic options, which they give you they give you 3 ways of like manipulating your spells. Um, I think careful is going to be out for sure. I'm just going to go into D&D Beyond on my computer and read out what these different things are. So um, basically, at third level, you, you get to manipulate your spells to suit your needs. So we have a Furbolg who has this chaotic magic, but maybe you know is able to control it to some limited capacity. So careful spell means that when you cast a spell that forces other creatures to make a saving throw, you can protect some of the creatures from the spell's full force, and you get these sorcery points, and just kind of like use those points at your discretion. Um, a distance spell allows you to cast a spell double the range of your spell. Empowered spell um, allows you to increase to reroll a number of the damage dice. Extended spell allows you to double the duration of a spell. Heightened heighten requires you to use 3 sorcery points, but it gives disadvantage on a saving throw against a spell. Uh, Quickened is 2 sorcery points to change the casting time to a bonus action. Subtle spell, 1 sorcery point to cast it without any somatic or verbal component. So that's helpful if you want to be sneaky about your spells. And then twin spell is um, when you cast a spell that targets only one creature and doesn't have a range or self, you can actually spend sorcery points to target a second creature, which is kind of cool. So I know that was a lot to take in. Um, I do feel like careful spell is not going to be one of them, though. It just doesn't narratively feel like it makes sense. I do like the idea of um, having subtle spell as one of them because um, because you can have that spell like if you're trying to just cast a spell on without being noticed, or if there's like silence and you need to still be able to cast your spell. I think it would be cool to have that. Um, Twin spell I think is fun too because you can affect more than one creature. And I don't know what else we should do here. Um, so subtle, twinned, and maybe distant spell so that it can be a longer range. Yeah. I Twinned is very cool. I just don't know what the third one's gonna be. I'm gonna put in here, we're gonna do subtle spell here, twin spell here, and I don't know. So we've got distant doubles the range of your spell. I do like that. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do distant spell. I agree. That a ranged attack is really good. All right, ability score improvement. So we can take a feat instead, which I usually like doing. Um, let's see. Do we have any favorite feats? Because there's a lot. Oh, and actually we can take two feats because we've got two ability score. And look at this. At sixth level, Wild Magic Sorcerer actually gets to twist fate using Wild Magic. That's really cool. I wonder if we need to do something like healer because we're going to be on our own. Yeah, there's a lot. I'm just going to take a look at what healer does here. You're an able physician, allowing you to mend wounds quickly and get your allies back in the fight. No allies here, but here we go. Gain the benefits. When you use a healer's kit to stabilize a dying creature, that creature also gains 1 hit point. As an action, you can spend one use of a healer's kit to tend to a creature and restore 1d6 plus 4 hit points, plus additional hit points equal to the creature's maximum number of hit dice. I think that's helpful for us. Um, I feel also that we might get a sidekick. In my most recent start playing game, I actually made use of sidekicks for the first time, and it was very helpful. Um, can we cast that on ourselves though? Tend to a creature. I don't as GM of this game, I would say that yes, because it just says tend to a creature. It doesn't exclude us. I don't see that the language excludes us. Although, get your allies back in the fight? Hmm. Oh, what's this? Meta Magic Adept? Is this an addition? Oh, no, it's the same as what we already have. What about Resilient? Increase the chosen ability score by 1 to a maximum of 20. You gain proficiency in saving throws using the chosen ability. Hmm. Too many choices. What about No, just looking for maybe some options for healing ourselves. Um, Too many choices for sure. I'm not even sure what we're gonna. It's a warcaster. Oh, this is kind of cool. You have practiced casting spells in the midst of combat, learning techniques that grant you the following benefits. You have advantage on Constitution saving throws that you make to maintain your concentration on a spell when you take damage. You can perform the somatic components of spells even when you have weapons or a shield in one or both hands. Um, when a hostile creature's movement provokes an opportunity attack from you, you can use your reaction to cast a spell at the creature rather than making an opportunity attack. The spell must have a casting time of one action and must target only that creature. I don't know, that seems kind of cool. Andy, I actually think you know what? I'm gonna say let's do healer and warcaster because I agree. And also if we have a sidekick, that's gonna help as well. I feel like these two things are gonna ensure that we have um, a character that can survive um, and hold their own. All right, the next thing we need to do is look at our spell list, which might take a while. I'm trying to be mindful of time here. Let's make sure that before we leave, we have a name for this character. um, because I think that's one of the most important things that we're going to need in order to have a fun hero. Because this list of magic, these spells, it's a lot to go through. We only have about 20 minutes here. If there's any spells that you love, let me know in chat. Because we have, look at how much we've got here to choose from. That's so much. Got up to 5th level spells here. I do feel like, we want to maybe thematically have a lot of like nature-y type things, even if it's combative. But I think I'm actually going to move ahead because I don't want to spend all of our time on this part. Um, ability score increases. Oh, right. We're going to use standard array. And charisma should be our highest. Get any bonuses here? Constitution should be our second. Yeah, absolutely. The price to pay for starting at level 10 is that we have so much to choose from. Um, I feel like maybe dexterity is going to be the stat that's not going to be super high. As a spellcaster, I don't know. Do we want to be more wise or more book smart? Street smart or book smart? Um, just based on the size of the of this of a furbolg, I'm not sure that necessarily dexterity would be a high one. Strength should probably be um, more wise than um, intelligent. I'm going to make that our next stat then. Now, do we want the next the next one to be strength, intelligence, or dexterity? I'm trying to figure out what our dump stat is going to be. We also have a this ability score increase, which we can do after we've assigned everything. Dex over strength, okay. And then do we want intelligence next or strength? I'm probably thinking strength over intelligence. I don't know if this for bulk is necessarily. I feel like if they're not um, super aware of the magic that they're doing, um, maybe it makes sense that they haven't read a lot of a lot of books on magic. So let's do that. So it looks like our stats are the total. Okay, so what we can do here is we can increase 3 scores by +1 or 2 scores. One is by +1 and one is by +2. So maybe what we do is we increase strength by +2 and intelligence by +1. That's what I'm going to do for now. Unless I have other input. Um, looking at a name generator. Awesome. All right. What else are we going to do here? Description. Oh, I want to make sure that we get our background in here. We get to pick another language. I feel like is if okay, here Sylvan. I think it's just sort of like the obvious choice based on the type of character that we're playing. And then our background. So many backgrounds also. I'm going to try looking for something that is maybe as naturey as possible. Let's see. Not a sage for sure. It's not a lot that really is speaking to me right now. Rewarded is a new one from the deck of many things, and I actually just rolled up a character with rewarded. It's kind of cool, um, and might just look at that one again because think I think that's one of the few here that really makes sense. Unless we play hermit. So I'm gonna pull this up so that you can see um, what's rewarded. Yeah. So rewarded, you were living a difficult life before your destiny suddenly changed through a miraculous turn of good fortune. Perhaps a benevolent deity gave you precisely what you most desired. You might have stumbled across a deck of many things and drawn a card with a potent positive effect, or maybe you inherited a modest fortune from a distant relative you didn't know you had. Regardless, you left the daily miseries of your old life behind in favor of a life of adventure and excitement. Your old debts have been paid, responsibilities you thought inescapable are behind you, or you suddenly possess a rare and unusual skill unknown to ordinary folk. Um, and then it gives you a few things, including um, you've got fortune's favor, and then you can also pick um, between three feats: lucky, magic initiate, or skilled feat. It's a pretty cool one, but we can also look at different options if anything else stands out here. Like I said, I was thinking maybe hermit could be another one. Um, what else? This one here is fun too. Celebrity Adventurers Scion. Um, if it lets us get the lucky feet, then I'm all for it. All right. I like this idea considering the character isn't really a normal guy. Maybe that gives them the push to get back out and adventure. Yeah, all right, let's do rewarded then. So we've got skill proficiencies that we can choose from. Do you want to just like pile on to animal handling for one? Um, just to give us that extra boost when it comes to interacting with animals, and I think I'll probably do that as one. And then what else? What else do we think? Nature or survival seems like it might be helpful as well, um, and narratively um, makes sense with this character. Let's see. Probably survival. I think survival probably makes sense. Choose a gaming set. All right, so we get dice set, dragon chess set, playing card set, or three dragon ante set. Um, seems like a dragon chess set would be a lot to carry or lug around. Um, Maybe we just make it a dice set, hey? There's this game in or mini game in um, Cult of the Lamb that's called Knuckle Bones, and it's a dice-based game, and I just picture being able to play that on the road. Languages, more languages. Okay. Um, Furbolgs are a type of giant. Do we want to maybe make it giant then? Either that or something more random. Indeed. All right, and we're gonna give lucky feet here. There we go. All right, got like less than 10 minutes here. I'm not gonna go through the boringness of going through the equipment either, unless there's anything that you love as a piece of equipment. Um, Description, do we have? All right, there's some basic stuff here. What do we think about how our furball looks? What are their pronouns? How old they are? What do we think here? They're going to be very tall, that's for sure. Um, the the pictures of furballs always have like sort of like a this is what you're the worst at. Okay, I can I can maybe fill in some blanks here and then find some art on D&D Beyond. Tall and furry. Maybe what I'll do is I'll continue some of the rest of this on my own, and then I will post the final character build in Discord in our special events channel. Again, Perro Starfall. Ooh, I like that. All right, let me go back here into my Peridot Starfell. All right. Okay. I'm just gonna put more of a reminder here about so if you want to join in on the Play by Post event, it's going to be on Thursday, December 21st from 9 to 3 Pacific. It is open to patrons on Patreon, any Start Playing players. Who else? Yeah, followers on Twitch. So I'm just gonna post a bunch of stuff where you can get access to this play by post thing. A name like that, can they be blue or gray? Yeah, I think a pale blue or something would be really cool. Um, Maybe like various shades of blue. Even the hair could be blue of some shade. But yeah, I'm gonna finish this up and then I'll post it both in Patreon and in Discord so that we have everybody has access to this character and can roll on December 21st. I will be running not one of my games. It's going to be Deborah Ann Wool's Heroes Feast, Save the Children adventure. Um, and you'll be playing Perro Starfell. a Furbolg sorcerer, wild magic sorcerer, which is going to be amazing, I think. So I really appreciate all of you coming in here um, and helping to build this character. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I hope that we're going to have many adventures with this sorcerer. Anyway, I will be back here on stream on Wednesday doing my craft stream. I've been getting pretty far with, I'm gonna just pull up my, so I've been stitching, cross stitching Cult of the Lamb, uh, All Hail the Lamb. So I've got half of the lamb here, or a quarter, I guess. Um, this has been so much fun. And thank you. Yeah, thank you for joining today. I really am enjoying these game design labs. So yeah, I will see a lot of you online. And thanks again. All right, enjoy the rest of your week.